Imagine a world without cities, without farms, without even the simplest tools, a world where survival was a daily struggle against forces far greater than yourself. This was the reality for our ancestors 4.7 million years ago. Today, we're journeying back in time to meet Ardipithecus ramidus, or Ardi, one of our earliest known human relatives, and discover how these pioneers began to defy the very laws of nature. Forget the classic image of early humans striding across the savanna. Ardi's world was a mosaic of woodland and grassland in what is now Ethiopia. The environment was a constant challenge. Predators like ancient hyenas and saber-toothed cats lurked in the shadows. Finding food was a relentless, day-long quest. The climate could shift dramatically, bringing droughts or floods. For these early hominins, just seeing the next sunrise was a victory. They weren't at the top of the food chain, they were just trying to stay on it. So, how did they survive? The answer lies in a revolutionary adaptation: bipedalism. While Ardi could still climb trees with incredible skill, her anatomy shows she could also walk upright on two legs. This wasn't just a party trick. It was a game changer. Walking on 2 feet freed up the hands. Suddenly, our ancestors could carry food back to their families, transport infants to safety, and gesture to communicate. This simple change in posture was the first major step in our journey to becoming human. It allowed for cooperation and sharing on a level never before seen in the primate world. Let's talk about dinner 4.7 million years ago. Ardi's teeth tell us a fascinating story. Unlike chimpanzees with their large, sharp canines for fighting and display, Ardi's canines were smaller and more blunted. This suggests a different kind of social structure, one with less aggression between males. Their diet was omnivorous: fruits, nuts, insects, and perhaps small animals. They were opportunistic foragers, gathering whatever the woodland offered. This dietary flexibility was a key survival tool. While other species might starve when their primary food source disappeared, our ancestors could adapt, switching to whatever was available. This adaptability became a hallmark of the human lineage. But what truly set our ancestors apart was their budding social intelligence. The reduction in canine size hints at a shift away from brute force and towards cooperation. Living in groups wasn't just for safety and numbers. It was the foundation of our success. Imagine them working together. One spots a predator while others gather fruit. They would share information, care for each other's young, and form bonds that strengthened the entire community. This was the birth of teamwork. It was in these small, tight-knit groups that the seeds of culture, language, and shared knowledge were first planted. They learned from each other, passing down vital survival skills from one generation to the next. This wasn't a world of grand inventions. There were no stone tools yet, no controlled fire. The technology of the time was knowledge and cooperation. The most important tool was the group itself. They would have used sticks to dig for roots or rocks to crack open nuts, but these were simple, unmodified tools. Their defiance of nature wasn't about conquering it with technology, it was about outsmarting it with social bonds and clever behavior. They understood their environment intimately: which plants were edible, where to find water, and how to avoid danger. This deep ecological knowledge was their superpower. Think about the sheer courage it took. Every day was a life-or-death gamble. Yet they didn't just survive. They thrived enough to pass on their genes. This period laid the biological and social groundwork for everything that came later. The bipedalism of Ardi paved the way for the tool-making of Homo habilis and the globe-trotting migrations of Homo erectus. The cooperative spirit born in these ancient woodlands would eventually build cities and launch rockets to the stars. The story of Ardi is the story of us. It's a humbling reminder that our journey began not with dominance, but with vulnerability. Our greatest strength wasn't our physical power, but our ability to connect, to care for one another, and to work together towards a common goal. They were the first to stand up, both literally and figuratively, and in doing so, they took the first defiant step on the long road to becoming human. Their legacy is written in our DNA and in the very fabric of our societies. So, the next time you face a challenge, remember your ancestors from 4.7 million years ago. Remember their resilience, their adaptability, and their incredible spirit of cooperation. They defied a world designed to defeat them, armed with little more than their wits and each other. And that is a legacy worth celebrating. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our amazing human story. See you in the next one.